Hey everyone, today we are talking about the brand new foundation from L'Oreal. It is the Infallible Total Cover 24-Hour Foundation, and I saw this display right next to the displays for these guys, which if you watch my channel, you know I love the Pro Matte, can't stand the Pro Glow. So I was really interested to try the Total Cover Foundation because I love a full coverage foundation, and this one says it's supposed to be a natural finish versus this one, which is supposed to be a demi matte, and this one is a radiant finish. So I've been looking for a natural finish foundation for the past couple months now, so I was really excited to try this. I was kind of curious as to why they changed the packaging. It's a little bit different. You still get the same amount of product. It's 1.0 ounces, and I think they're the same price. I got this for $10.99 at Walmart, and I think it's the same price as these. So as far as drugstore foundation goes, it's a little bit more pricey, but yeah, it is what it is. Anyways, this I think is in this kind, it's more like a tube because it is a really thick foundation. It's almost like a whipped, what's the word? I don't know, but it's like a thick whipped consistency, which I was really surprised by because these are thinner, so I was expecting it to be similar. It also says it lasts 24 hours, it's high coverage, and it has an air light texture. Now I haven't tried wearing it for 24 hours, but it does last a full day. I'll put it on in the morning. It still looks good at night. As far as high coverage, I would say it's a medium to full coverage. It's not completely going to cover everything in one go. For me, I pretty much do one layer and then I'll kind of touch up a little bit in spots that I think need a little bit more coverage. So overall, it is pretty good on coverage, but I wouldn't say it's a high/complete coverage as they claim to be. And as far as the texture, it says it has an air light texture. I completely agree with that. It is really light on your skin. It doesn't feel like you have anything on. It doesn't look like you have any on. So I really like that. I haven't watched any reviews on this product because I wanted to make an opinion for myself, but based on thumbnails that I've seen, I'm pretty sure that this has had some... I'm pretty sure that the reviews have been all over the board for this. I think because people were expecting it to kind of be like the other two that are already in the Infallible line. And it's completely not. The texture for me is what throws me off the most because it's so thick. It's not harder to apply, but it's different. I still use my beauty blender with it, and I'll show you guys in the demo, but you kind of have to do like a different motion with it to get it to go on. Other than that, I found that it blends out really nicely, and I was worried about concealers being able to like blend in with it because of the texture difference, but every concealer that I've used has worked perfectly fine with this foundation. Back to the finish, it is a very natural finish. For me, I have kind of combo normal skin, but I have a feeling if you had really oily skin, I don't think this would work for you. I have a feeling that it would just kind of mix with oil and it wouldn't be good, because in spots that I do get oily, I can tell I'm oily there. So if you're looking for something that's going to keep you matte, this isn't going to keep you matte. However, if you have combo, normal, or dry skin, I think this would work for you. If you do have really oily skin, I would go with a Pro Matte. It's not going to be as light as this one, even though this one claims to be light. It's a little bit heavier on your skin, but it will give you the matte look and the full cover that you want. So overall, I do have to say I like this foundation. My first impression of it was really good, but every time I use it, I feel like it's almost not consistent in the experience, I guess, of putting it on. It's a little bit different, and it's a little bit of like a learning curve to figure out how to put it on. You could use your fingers. I don't like doing that, and I found that it leaves it almost streaky. So I do like using the Beauty Blender, but like I said, you kind of have to like, not draw it on your face, but you're kind of like, I don't know, it's different. I show you guys in the demo, but overall I do like it. Will I repurchase it? I don't think so. I just feel like there are other foundations that give me the full coverage, give a fairly natural finish, and they're just easier to apply all around. So I do like this. I recommend giving it a try if you're looking for something like this. But for me, if I have to pick something out of the Infallible line, I'll probably go with the Pro Matte. So yeah, that is everything I have to say. And now let's get into the demo so you guys can see how it applies. Okay, so as you can see, I have a lot of acne scarring, a little bit of acne, hyperpigmentation. So I have a lot to cover. And what I want you guys to see, and I'm gonna do my best to show you, is the texture and like really how thick this is. So it comes out pretty much like a thick mousse, almost like a whipped formula, which is a lot different than the other two foundations in the Infallible line. These two I have found to be not super thin. The Pro Glow is a lot thinner, but these are definitely liquid, and I would say this one is more of like a thick mousse. So this foundation is really strange to apply because of its texture. I have found for me, using a Beauty Blender works best. I can't use it exactly the same as a typical liquid foundation, but I still get this to work the best. I don't think a brush would work, just because the texture, I haven't tried it. I can't stand using brushes for foundation. Your fingers do work, but for me, I don't like to get my fingers dirty or have them on my face and stuff when I'm doing my makeup. So Beauty Blender works best for me. So what I do is I get a pretty good chunk on my Beauty Blender, and you can't just like dab it in like a normal liquid foundation. Yeah, you kind of have to like scoop it up. And what I do is normally with the typical liquid foundation I would just start dabbing it on my face, but this one you almost have to like not brush it on, but like the movement's a little bit different. So first I just kind of get it on, and it leaves like a kind of like a big chunk, so then you just kind of gotta, and it kind of looks like I'm dabbing, and I kind of am, but I'm also kind of using like a downward motion to help spread it because it's so thick. It doesn't like to spread on its own. Okay, and as you can see, one side to the other, it covers most everything. There's a couple little spots that still stick out, and I can put another layer on top if I want to. I'm just going to keep doing my whole face. And if you do use your fingers, even the one time I did try using it with my fingers, I found that to get it more airbrushed looking, I quickly went over it with my Beauty Blender just to get rid of any like lines, because it is so thick. Like you can, if it's not even, you can see the texture of it on your face. Now I got pretty lucky picking a color because I'd say it matches me like pretty perfect. It is fairly easy to blend out as well. I don't really have to work to blend it like along my jawline or anything. So I need a little bit of extra coverage around my nose and around my mouth is where I tend to break out. So I'm gonna do a little extra layer just right around there. And I would say it sets pretty quickly. Like I feel like it's already like pretty set in most places. Okay, so that is one, well, and I did a little bit extra around here, but that is pretty much one layer on my skin. It looks like skin to me. It looks flawless. Well, my skin doesn't look flawless, but the foundation, like, you can barely tell I have anything on. It doesn't feel like I have anything on. It just looks very natural, and I really like that about it. So what I want to show you guys is that you can really blend any concealer into it. I was worried with a texture difference it was going to be a little bit tricky blending in concealer, but this is the concealer I use every day under my eyes, Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. Just stick some of that under there. And it's really easy to blend. And then since I do have a couple little spots that weren't completely covered, I'm just going to go in with my Kat Von D concealer and just quickly touch those up. And there you go. I'm gonna quickly finish my face and then I'll have a little outro for you guys. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope this helped you guys. If you were thinking about purchasing it, let me know in the comments below if there are any other foundations you would like me to try. I know there's a couple new ones at the drugstore right now that I'm kind of eyeing that I think I'm going to do reviews on, but let me know if there's anything specific in the comments you want me to try, and I will definitely do that for you guys. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys very soon with another video. Bye.